stars are slipping down, glistening, and I'm trying not to think what I'm leaving now. No deceiving now, it's time you let me know. Let me know. When the lights go out and we open our eyes, out there in the silence I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Let the sun fade out and another one rise, climbing through tomorrow. I'll be gone. I'll be gone. This air between us is getting thinner now, into winter now. Bittersweet and cross that horizon, this sun is setting down. You're forgetting now, it's time you let me go. Let me go. When the lights go out and we open our eyes, out there in the silence I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Let the sun fade out and another one rise, climbing through tomorrow. I'll be gone. I'll be gone. And tell them I couldn't tell myself, and tell them I was alone. Oh, tell me I am the only one, and there's nothing that can stop me. When the lights go out and we open our eyes, out there in the silence I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Let the sun fade out and another one rise, climbing through tomorrow. I'll be gone. I'll be
And now for the Australian national anthem.
Would you please be outstanding? Join with Danny in to sing the Australian national anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Australian national anthem. Now we go to the Australian story about the last commando.
Hello, I'm Quentin Bryce. Tonight's Australian story provides a rare insight into the world of Australia's elite soldiers. Towards the end of my term as Governor-General, I awarded a posthumous Victoria Cross to Commando Cameron Baird. It was a profoundly moving day, one I will never forget. Corporal Baird was killed in action on the 22nd of June last year. He was the 40th, and in fact the last of our troops to die in Afghanistan. Tonight, for the first time, family, friends and fellow commandos tell the story of Cameron Baird.
To be a commando, my observation would be a person of character, courage and tenacity. There's a lack of information in the public domain about what they've actually done, the fact they exist, what roles they've undertaken on operations in Afghanistan.
Every member of the regiment has protected identity status. There are capabilities, there is knowledge that is sensitive in nature. Those people are protected to protect that sensitive information.
Certain things are secret. They know they can't talk to friends and family about the missions.
I probably, as a father, wanted to ask Cameron what he actually did. It may seem silly. I asked a simple question of, what's a normal day? And he said, all days are not normal, they're different. Certain things you can ask and certain things you can't ask. And if you ask the wrong thing, you just never got a reply.
The stories are not told outside of the group until somebody dies. And one of the sad paradoxes of death that gives permission for the stories to be told.
Cam, you're on TV.
On 22nd of June 2013, with complete disregard for his own safety, Corporal Baird charged towards the enemy positions. Corporal Baird's acts of valour and self-sacrifice regained the initiative and preserved the lives of his team members. In getting that foothold for us, he gave up his life. That sacrifice is something that our whole country should be so proud of.
I just wanted people to know, outside who knew Cameron, you know, what sort of life he had, you know. But also to tell people, you know, like, well, we're not the only family, you know. There's families that are all in the same boat as us. After Cameron was killed and his personal gear had been returned up here to home for us.
Yeah, Michael Fussell.
The one significant thing that stood straight out from it was a black folder that Cameron carried with him on his deployments. And inside that folder was a picture of every soldier that had been killed. That's when he won his MG in 2007 when Luke was killed, unfortunately. Cameron carried that out of a sign of respect. You mention these guys now and it's hard to believe they're actually all gone.
No doubt he would look at that book from time to time and would motivate him to be like those people, and whether, when the time come, whether he'd have the courage to be able to do what those had done before him had done.
I think that's respect is only earned, never given.
He wrote down there, the only bad decision was a decision not made.
There's one there from Winston Churchill too, isn't it?
Whether that decision was right, whether that decision was wrong in the end, I don't know, but he made that decision.
You don't know what you're going to be faced with, and you just need to make split-second decisions. And I'm not just talking about the enemy threat. You may come in, you may have a dangerous dog right there, you may have women and children. There's a lot going on. You need to assess it and then get on with it and complete your mission.
There's a saying in the army that there's a barrack soldier and there's a field soldier. Cameron was the field man. He just wanted to do the job. There's a photo that Cam used to hate and still would hate of him in his ceremonial outfit with his beret on, and sometimes we would put it up to tease him. Every time he saw that, he would go, oh, I hate that photo, and it's just because it wasn't him.
The last Australian to die in Afghanistan has become the 100th soldier to receive the nation's highest military honour. Special Forces Commando Cameron...
Having his picture plastered all over the newspapers and on TV at night in his pollies, he would have been embarrassed by it.
Corporal Cameron Baird has a place in history, awarded the Victoria Cross.
He didn't give up his life cheaply, but he just would have considered he's done his job.
You probably think maybe we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be talking about him as if he's some, great person. I remember once someone asked him, what do you do? He goes, those little stickers they put on apples? I'm the guy that puts those on the apples. He never liked drawing attention to himself.
Cameron was the standout soldier of this regiment and someone that everyone looked up to.
Being, Cam the man that he was, probably wouldn't rather have a photo at all, but, he'd want a photo of him doing what he loved most. For such, a big, intimidating dude, a fearless warrior, he was actually a really gentle man, and he did have a big heart.
For 2 Commando Regiment, Cameron's award doesn't change the way we see him. We think no more or less of Cameron because of the Victoria Cross. The advantage that this award brings is that we get to share his story with the rest of Australia.
Cameron was always, right from kindergarten, he was bigger than all the kids in his class.
Wave to me.
But having said that, he was really quite gentle with the smaller kids.
Keep going, Cam. Look straight ahead.
Go, Kev. It was probably apparent from an early age that he was quite sporty.
This is Cameron throwing at the discus championships. He's just taken off the gold medal.
He was the Australian discus champion in the schoolboys. But I think his heart was really on the football side of things.
Well, Cameron was an outstanding footballer. He was a fierce but fair competitor on the sporting field. Every award that he had the chance to compete for, he won. And he became the captain of the Victorian Primary Schools football team.
Here's this 12-year-old kicking the ball at the goals from virtually 50 metres out. I'd never seen someone kick like it with both his left and right foot. So you just stood back in amazement and thought, oh my goodness, this kid is really special. And he was quickly identified by the AFL feeder system.
I guess Cameron decided at that point that he was probably going to take it as a profession. We certainly thought we'd be sitting in the MCG one day watching Cameron play football.
Yeah, I played with Cameron down in Victoria. The marquee key forward at that stage was probably Wayne Carey, who was arguably one of the greatest players of all time. And I think I sort of envisaged him being the next sort of Wayne Carey at that stage.
He was always very popular. Great smile, I think